Hello, YouTube. It's me, Pure Light Tarot, and I am back to give you guys a live collective reading. We're just going to see what's going to come out. So, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good night, good late night, wherever you are in the world. Where I'm at, it is 4 a.m. And that's what's up. That's what's going on. Coming from the bar, the karaoke bar. The only bar that you'll catch me at all night long is the karaoke bar. I just want to get on here and see what comes out for the collective. I guess my card's already turned the wrong way. Alright. For those who are joining me, thank you for being here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you know when I post a reading or go live. So what is it that the collective needs to know? Or what is it that you would like the collective to know? I have some food cooking. So I was like, well, wow. My food cooks. Let me get on here and do a reading. So welcome in. Hello, everybody. We're just going to see what comes out. Whatever Spirit has for the collective. These are my Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. So this would be good to see what colors to wear, what chakras we should be working on. The collective. What wants to come out for my collective? Gossip. This came out the other day. Specifically, so whether you believe in the devil, at this point, it's a multi-dimensional being that just as much as there are people or beings that want good in the world, there is beings and people who don't want good in the world. Hi, Nilam from Kurdistan. Where is that? I'm gonna expose my ignorance of what part of the world. I mean, with a stand, I can imagine what part of the world, but where on the map, I wouldn't be able to point it out. I'm exposing myself as a United States person. Our geography centers around our own country and the countries that led to us being a country. Asia. Okay, you're from Asia, Angela, or is this where Kurdistan is? How y'all doing? What's up, pretty face? Clearwater, Florida. Hey, Larry. All right, so we got gossip, and if you were with me the other day, we had gossip come around. I mean, come around. And I've been talking lately about, again, the devil, multi-dimensional being, whatever it is that you want to call it, however it is that you see whatever this entity is. All right, I'll see you, Nylam. Thank you for coming in. This is where it's at. Well, shoot, let me see. I mean, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. Let me know. Give me something new. So again, like the devil, so when people do not choose which side they play for, whether you're playing for God, good, the good of the universe, or the devil, bad, evil, multi-dimensional being that's trying to ruin your life. When people don't choose which side of the fence they are on, whether good or quote unquote bad. Um, they can be used by either side. So here with gossip, I don't know if y'all see this card, but it looks like someone trying to convince someone of something else, you know. Um, Even with this person being in green, it's like it's affecting people's heart space or the heart chakra. You know, this is how the devil is using either you or someone else to hurt, like someone. So we're greens. We have soulmate here. This card came out earlier too. I don't. Well, child, look, okay, because I had to understand your question. Who doesn't like God, Jesus or God, baby? You'd be surprised the people that's out here, and I believe in a multitude of deities, but at the end of the day, what those deities have in common is the betterment of man, and the greater good, and making sure that everyone is taken care of, and God said eat from any tree, but there are some entities out here that do not want to see people do well, and they want for the enslavement of mankind, and it's ridiculous. You think that people would choose to be good or do good or be on the side of good, and it is a conscious decision. Like every day you have to be like, okay, am I going to do this good deed, or am I going to slip over into the bad side? And whether which side you play for, you just have to know. Because when you don't know, you could be used by either side, and sometimes the devil will use you to hurt the people around you, and vice versa. The fun thing about this stream is it feels like a person who's live streaming is talking, yeah, girl. Yeah, I hope so, because, I mean, at this point, it is a conversation. It is a conversation. Everyone's perspective is valid, especially in the name of good. Like, if we are making sure that we are operating for the highest of the greatest good in a way that a good Lord would, then, a conversation is very much needed, because we have so many different perspectives here, and different experiences that could lend to a greater understanding. They got everyone to think what bad is good. Yeah. No, a lot of people are programmed to believe like some crazy stuff out here, and it's the media that we consume. It is the things that we are allowing, or at least the projection, what we are allowing in the government. And I was going to say the projection of what they are showing us, of what we're allowing. Because that's a whole nother something. That's a whole nother something. So yeah, we got Soulmate that just came out, so wear reds. Quest and Passe, Rejection. So I'm seeing like all of the chakra colors come out. So like 7 chakra colors in 7 days a week. Make it a point to wear each color each day. Perfection, yeah, when I said that, perfection and exception. Perfection, acceptance, enlightenment, and self-worth came out. So yeah, choose a chakra color each day to wear each day. Like Monday could be red for the root chakra. Tuesday could be orange for the sacral chakra. Wednesday can be yellow for the solar chakra. Thursday can be, what's the next color? Green for the heart chakra. Friday can be blue for throat chakra, and Saturday can be indigo for third eye chakra, and then we have the 7th one, which is the crown chakra, and that can be, it's purple, right? It's indigo and purple, even though indigo and purple are, anyway. Wear each different color each day, if we want to align our chakras here, because again, there's some gossip here or someone trying to, because again, it feels beyond like these people, because a lot of times the people that are gossiping about us are people who are close to us, and like the devil uses people's envy and jealousy to do things to hurt you. I'm seeing like a soulmate here, and a soulmate doesn't have to be like a love relationship, but I know a lot of us are concerned about love, but this could be friendship, this could be your own dog betraying you. You might want to get your dog baptized. I'm just playing. Quest in reverse. There's something here that's holding you up from your path. Rejection. Like, it's almost like being in contact with someone here is if you've been experiencing rejection, or people and again, there's somebody talking to somebody, there's a spirit talking to somebody, and they're making a decision about rejecting you. And impasse, just again, there's a feeling of you can't get past a certain point. And there's something here about having to accept, here's perfection. Because what I believe is, us as mankind, especially being created by what we perceive as perfection, and it just depends, because it plays on both sides of the scale. However, you as the creation can choose which side of the scale that you want to be on, especially experiencing goodness here. And if you want to see everyone experience goodness, you definitely have to swim in that end of the pool, and accept that you're perfect in that way. Like, perfection just keeps perfecting itself, and if we were all created with imperfections, that does mean that we're perfect in that way. You're perfect in the way that you were created, just like everyone else, with imperfections, and perfection just wants to keep on perfecting that and improving that. So there's something here to be accepted, like I guess the ideal of perfection, because it doesn't mean that you don't ever make mistakes. That just means that you're hell bent on correcting mistakes and learning from those mistakes and updating your programming. Okay, we just got to continue to update our programming. Anything that we that gets released and we declare as perfect, it gets an update at some point, and it becomes even more perfect. So accepting that you're a part of perfection, and you are perfection, especially if you continue to perfect yourself. And here we are with enlightenment. Look at that. That looks like a godlike creature, although he ain't that light skinned. Spirit doesn't have a gender nor color and such, but, this is enlightenment and understanding that you have the option to continue to grow. Self-worth. And trust me, your self-worth improves the more and more that you decide to continue to grow and not allow things to dictate your path. So wear all of the colors if you can. You can mix it up or whatever, but just incorporate the chakra colors, because the collective can use a realignment in our chakras. Slow and steady wins the race. So life, especially self-discovery, self-fulfillment, it's not even a race. Like God said, eat from any tree. Like, the way that I've read Genesis or anything that talked about Eden, God was literally like, look, I created paradise and I want you guys to enjoy it. And it was only when we decided to learn about our surroundings, which is fine. That's fine. Like, Europeans went around the world getting spices and stuff, and what they did was put it underneath a microscope and like took out the key components to make medicines, but it was already perfect the way it was. That was what you just cook with it. If you cook with it, you get the medicine. If you incorporate it in your day-to-day, you get the medicine. But again, us as humans, us as having free will, and being thinking beings and having to learn beings, You know, we've taken them apart and tried to take out components to create things or shortcuts, um, or easy access to the medicine, in which it's always just gonna be like God already created it perfectly. We just have to respect it, you know, learn it, and give access to it. So slow and steady wins the race. Like the ideal of perfecting oneself. Again, if you already believe that you're already perfect, because that's, I mean, if you're created in the image, if you're created in the image, then it's like that's as much perfection as you can get. So slow and steady wins the race. As you continue to perfect yourself, it will be a lifelong journey. Yeah, transformation is beautiful. Just continue to transform. That's the beautiful thing about the human form. It's like we have the intellect to be able to elevate and continue to transform, you know? Like we're not solely driven by like our emotions or by our nature, you know? We're intelligent to this point. At this point, we're intelligent enough to know like the cause and effect of our actions, you know? We're not just driven by nature. Like deliberate thought goes into a lot of the decisions that we make, you know? Sometimes they just don't pan out the way we thought it was. But that's when you gotta learn. Lizard spirit, dream the world into being. You're co-creating with the universe, y'all. The type of world that you want to live in, you're actively dreaming it into being. You're actively collecting data that is allowing you to construct the universe and the world that you live in. So watch out for what it is that you're looking at, listening to, the media, the people, the type of people that you're around, especially if you want to elevate. Like the thing about my channel is we can talk about the nitty gritty, we can talk about like some messy stuff and everything, but in order to really get what it is that I'm talking about, you have to want to elevate. You're here because you want to elevate in some type of way. You want to see the world in a utopia, or in a way where things just work out for you a little bit better. Things are a little bit easier. Things are a little bit smoother. And those things can happen, but it is a change in mindset. It is an updating in your programming, you know. The miracles are endless. Cow spirit. I'm looking for a miracle. Take the lead. What else wants to come out? A rebirth is assured. Bring a gentle touch. And one more. This and that are true. Yeah, there's something here to make peace about. This and that are true. Like, so we do have our light side and our dark side. We have the yins and the yangs. We have the good and the bad. What we perceive as good is basically, because you can see this two ways. Like, a lot of people say, do unto others as you would want to be done unto you. So a lot of things that we see as good are the things that make us feel good that other people do to us, you know, do to us, do for us. And that is like showing kindness, or if someone gives you a present, or someone compliments you or something. Like we perceive that as good. The things that we perceive as bad are like usually stuff like murder. I mean, if you take somebody's life and it was not warranted, or especially if it wasn't warranted, like, you know, you out here killing people, or you know, taking away people's liberties, or, you know, because I'm thinking about grape, like stuff like that. That's, you can categorize, you can like unanimously, if it's not unanimous, because I know there's some people who can disagree with what the hell I got to say, but if it's not something that we collectively agree on, you know, we can side eye some of those people, but I can say that we collectively agree that some things are just not cool. They don't make us feel good, you know. So when we talk about good and bad, usually it's a collective, conscious effort or thought, and you can think of it as the Ten Commandments that we've all collectively kind of agreed that it's not good. You don't want to be stolen from. You don't want like someone to come and take your autonomy away from you. Like you don't want someone to touch you if you don't want them to touch you, and stuff like that. And that we can have a viewpoint or at least agreement that it is bad. Because I got this and that are true. Not everyone is going to agree that everything is good or something is good or something is bad. But again, like I was saying, that's why we can have certain conversations and hear people's experiences to help us better categorize, like, especially special cases. You know. Hi, good morning. Um, I see you guys transforming and see you guys having a rebirth. Because there's a certain world that you want to bring into being, and just know that it will probably take your lifetime to really bring in the world that you want to bring in. But you could create little bubbles. You can do it within your community. You can do it within your household. Especially when you think about the type of world that you want to live in and the type of things that you want to experience, especially in a way that people treat you. Um, so yeah, it's telling you to take a lead because a rebirth is assured. However, you see your utopia, and that's the other thing. If we're open to other people's opinions and their experiences, then we can ideally negotiate a good world for everyone. And then sometimes you just leave folks alone. Like if people aren't living the way that you want to live, then you ain't got to live with them. You ain't got to live with them or around them. You know, you ain't got to give to them. Like, you got to pick and choose your battles. Ace of Cups. What is it that the collective should know? What is it that the collective should know? Uh-oh. Something feels out of reach. Some plans here. We've got the Sun card in reverse. Some of you may be experiencing like depression. And it could be because of the way that the world is. Like, again, God said, eat from any tree. And people are selling the fruit of the trees to us. I do believe in a world where you contribute in order to have, because at the end of the day, whether we were growing our own food or we're like trading things, like you have to put in some type of work in order to get the things that you want. Because if you're a scavenger, baby, you can go out there and scavenge. You eat whatever it is the land provides. But if there are certain things that you want, you do put work towards it. It's a Pentacles, and the universe does conspire to help you get it. You know, whether it's giving you the idea to build something, or it's giving you the opportunity to access something. And right now, what may feel like a block for some of you is this opportunity to access something. Okay? And we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. It just popped out. What is the Seven of Swords about? Let me get my little bitty tiny cards. What is the Seven of Swords about? Queen of Cups in reverse may talk about, and then the Queen of Pentacles. You're not doing something that you really want to do in this life. You're not doing something that makes you passionate. Or maybe it did make you passionate at some point, but it's not making you passionate now. I think society tells us that we get good at one thing and stick to it. But we're multi-dimensional beings. We have like different avenues that we're supposed to go down, because for fulfillment and complete fulfillment here on this life, we have to do all the things that our heart is like leading us to do. We have to see and evoke and learn. I'm not answering personal questions right now, but let's see what the Seven of Swords is talking about. But subscribe, because one of these days I will go live like I'm answering personal questions. So if you subscribe, And you'll catch me. You'll be able to see when I am answering personal questions. But right now, this is a collective. Hey, man. This is seeing a different perspective. Okay. All right. So this is seeing a different perspective with the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is no longer lying to yourself about what it is that you want and how you want to live, or Swords is cerebral energy. Swords is our decisions. This is no longer making decisions to where like we're no longer living our authentic truth, because we have a different perspective here with the Hanged Man. The Nine of Swords is in reverse, so it's just like this is giving some type of comfort here. Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles may because usually I would say that you're lending out your energy too much, or you're giving too much of yourself away, and this could be distracting you. This could be distracting you from figuring out what it is that you really want. Yeah. So be careful about who you're giving your energy to, or how you're spending your time and your money, because it could be distracting you from what it is that you really want. And with the Three of Swords, that talks about disappointments. Seven of Cups upright is just like you're really still trying to figure out what it is that you want. But a lot of you, collective, with the Hierophant in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse, you're doing something that's no longer a part of your path, no longer a part of your story, no longer necessary for your story. With the Ten of Swords in reverse, that talks about something that should have been ended. Like you should have been stopped dating this person, been stopped working this job, been stopped thinking this way, because this could be self-limiting beliefs. The Hierophant in reverse comes to say that it is no longer a part of your path. And Two of Pentacles in reverse, if you are trying to balance out, because this could be balancing out finances, balancing out how you're spending your time and your energy. If you're trying to do that, there's something here that needs to end. It should have been ended, and you know it. And you know, you're very much aware to it. But I think you need to hear that it's no longer a part of your path. It's no longer necessary for your path. It's like you've learned everything that you need to learn from this. With the Hierophant, there's keys here. You know, you have the key to open this door to this next chapter of your life, okay? Yeah, because if you hold on to whatever this is, because whatever your challenge also, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, because you feel like you can't get to a certain level of stability. You know, and you keep losing passion here. But it is because you are... I'm saying you're no longer fighting this thing. Like you've given up, like fighting for or fighting against this, or feeling defensive about something. And maybe you have just accepted that maybe it's not going to happen. Because I see you releasing some type of burden here, responsibility. And that is half the journey, okay? That is half the journey, because with the Strength and the Temperance, it's just like you have to be at peace because you know what's going to happen. With the Lovers card in reverse, there's something here that maybe you were passionate about before, you know, that you refuse to let go of. And with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, this is somewhere or something that is not giving you your props, or not recognizing you for your skills, or not recognizing you for your contributions, okay? But we have the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, this feels like a challenge, you know, moving on to the next step. As here we are, the Ten of Cups in reverse. Someone is holding on to an unhappy family, some friendships that kind of went south. Like these are people who have talked about you or backstabbed you. The Sun card in reverse. It talks about, again, not being happy. Ace of Wands in reverse, and not feeling very passionate, and having a hard time getting that spark back. Okay. What else wants to come out for the collective? I use a different deck. Use the Rider-Waite. The Rider-Waite Smith. Judgment. And the Devil. Okay. With the Judgment and the Devil coming up, there is something. So, Devil talks about self-limiting beliefs. And I keep on showing these naked people. self-limiting beliefs or temptations, things that are again no longer a part of your path or necessary for your journey. And judgment is coming up saying that you have an opportunity to remove these things. You have an opportunity to judge a situation for what it is. Is this toxic? This is no longer serving me in a positive way. This addiction or this this addiction or this, because it could be a person, this could be a job, this is something that no longer serves you. Whether you were using a person or whether this was a genuine friendship or relationship, it's like it no longer serves you. It's not getting you to where you need to be at. Here we are with having to make a decision, but with the judgment in reverse, that's your challenge. Your challenge is making this decision. Really calling judgment on, because you make a decision based off of your goals. If something is no longer helping you get to your goals, whether it's because it's a toxic situation or again there's nothing else here for you to get and receive, like you're holding yourself up being there. Hey, MacMan. What else wants to come out for the collective? Yeah, Ace of Swords. And there's something here where you have really good memories. You feel nostalgic. But the Ace of Swords come out just as a big fat no. It's telling you to cut it off. We have all the good memories we want, but I'm not. Especially if you're trying to get somewhere with the World card. Especially if you're trying to get somewhere. And within love, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. And within anything else, because people can be well-natured or well-meaning. However, like there are people who make decisions that make it very hard for you. And not your own decisions, but like say there's someone that you're helping out. And they're well-natured, they're well-meaning, but they keep on making the same decisions that put you in a position to lose out on some time, or even with someone just repeating the same stuff over and over and over again to you. And it's just like, baby, you got to make a decision about what you're going to do about that, because you keep on bringing this energy into my life and it's holding me up from where it is I'm trying to get to. Because again, it's all about our goals. If you're trying to have $1 million in this lifetime, whether you feel good about the money or not, baby, we all want a comfortable life. We all want to be able to walk through this life and pay for what we need to pay for and live the life that we want to live. And those goals are being held up sometimes, whether it's $1 million or an island. How fast we get it is just depending on how fast we learn our lessons and the environments that we are cultivating, Yeah. The 501s. There's some people that are, because petty energy also, at some point we have to grow from petty energy, It's so easy to get sucked up into petty energy. With the Emperor in reverse, that's someone who knows better. That's someone who is capable of making very good decisions for themselves. But with the World card, you're caught up with petty energy. You're deciding to take all of this leadership energy, all these leadership skills, and apply it to something that, little kids are playing with. And it's all because you're nostalgic. It's all because you have memories. You have a long standing with a person or place or a thing. But with the World card in reverse, you're not seeing yourself advance to the next level. The Queen of Pentacles and the Magician showing up as your challenge. Like, this is, my Queen of Pentacles is someone who spends their energy and their time wisely. Like, they make really wise investments, not only with their money, but with their energetic currency, We can continue to try to help somebody who's not really helping themselves, and maybe they are helping themselves, and they're not moving fast enough. That's not your energy. Or it's not the energy you want to continue to be on, because year after year you keep on seeing yourself in the same position. Check who's around you and check what position they are in. Especially if you are helping people, or you're giving people advice, you're giving people money, you're giving people your time and your energy. sometimes we know sometimes it's time to move on, and people catch up, they catch up, but you got goals in this life, unless you're fine. If you're fine with being where you are, you're cool, ain't nothing to see or hear here. But if there's more that you want, that you are manifesting, you have to make decisions. You got to make executive, because Emperor makes executive decisions about who's in your world, who's in your life, who, what's influencing it. Because, like, with think about energy, is you attract more of the energy that is around you. So you can have a certain energy and that attracts certain energies, but whether or not you keep those people around you says a lot about your energy also. And sometimes you need that. Like, a lot of times it's ego. So, sometimes it's just about checking ego. Because what ends up happening is you can have these goals, you could be even achieving these goals, but the energy with the temperance in reverse is like not being at peace. Not being at peace because you don't know what's going to happen, and specifically you don't know what's going to happen with these people that you're involved with, or this place that you're involved with. Because this could be like living in a place where, and it's cool to live in a hood and such like that, but truly, if you are worried about gunshots, and maybe it's a message to myself, because every time they start shooting for a holiday here, they want to shoot it straight up in the air, and nobody's worried about the gunshots coming down. That is how you lose your peace of mind. And maybe you just need to take a vacation every time there's a holiday. Message to myself, yeah, 4 Wands. There's this, it's all about, again, perfection keeps perfecting itself. So it's all about just finding solutions to your problems so that you can have a peace of mind. Because, baby, haven't we learned that if we shoot a gun into the air, the bullet has to come down somewhere? How many bullets have struck people or struck people's houses, their homes, their pets, their children? Can we collectively agree that certain uses for guns is not good? Y'all give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What else wants to come out for the collective? I will use Black Tarot. What else wants to come out for the collective? Thank you guys for being here with me. It's 5 a.m. where I'm at. And I'm just vibing. I'm cooking some food. And while I wait, why not do a tarot reading? I got the Ace of Knives showing its face in the Black Tarot. Son of Baskets in reverse. And a Death card. Okay. So some of you have had to cut out something. Or somebody. Son of Baskets in reverse could be someone who is immature. Yeah. There's the Ace of Knives again. That's the Ace of Swords. And the Mother of Wands. You've had to make an executive decision because this is almost head over heart. You know, because again, there's goals here with this Mother of Wands. This is the Queen of Wands. She has goals. My Queen of Wands is an entrepreneur. She is making money. This energy is making money, and it is to take care of the home. It's to take care of the household. This is to take care of the family, you know, whether you have children or you have dogs, cats, iguanas. You know, Queen of Wands, she's focused on making sure that her children eat. Whether they are fur babies, scale babies, or real, not real, or human babies. Because we can't say that the other babies aren't real. Two of Coins in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse, saying that there's something here that's distracting your energy, or something here that you need to get into balance. It could be the way that you are spending your time, or spending your money. And what feels out of reach is the Seven of Coins. That's my Seven of Pentacles and a Seven of Swords in reverse. Sevens come up. Seven means lesson. Seven of Coins. So traditionally with the Seven of Pentacles, this talks about you have a seed. You plant the seed. You grow the seed. It makes a plant. Maybe it bears fruit or flowers or something. You look at the plant and you have to decide, do I like what I grew? Am I satisfied with what I grew, with the energy I put into it? You know, did you put enough energy into it? There's a lot of things you have to ask yourself and examine with the Seven of Pentacles in order to figure out what you can do better. If it is something that you want better. If you're cool with what it is, then whatever it is. If you're cool with it, you're cool with it. But if you're not cool with it, look at the sunflower. If you're not cool with it, then you have to figure out what you can do better. What needs to change? What needs to happen in order for you to get what it is that you are cool with? You know, Seven of Swords in reverse. Let me get more information about the Seven of Swords, because I'll be going blank on this. Oh, okay, Seven of Swords usually talks about like having to defend yourself. No, Seven of Swords. I go blank sometimes, so let me just get more information about it. Oh no, my Seven of Swords, like we had that earlier, where it's like you're being honest with yourself about something. I'm a King of Wands. Maybe you haven't been feeling the most confident, or you got someone around you, and with them showing up as kings, they are very much capable, but they are not showing up in the energy where they are confident. So you're having to keep your energy away from them, or protect your energy from them. But the Three of Cups in reverse could talk about jealous energy or third parties. Okay. There's some truth coming to light. You know, the Knight of Cups in reverse. Someone has not been, someone hasn't been showing up in a way that they say that they're going to show up. Okay, with the Queen of Cups. This is someone that you may love. Hermit card. Again, there's something here about a separation, or you having to keep your energy away, because with the Six of Wands, there are things around you that are not being successful. And the Hierophant again, the Hierophant says, and this is all challenging, because it's like this is something that's no longer a part of your path. So this could be a person, a boss, a place, where it's just like you're having to keep your, like you have probably been keeping your energy away from this person, because they haven't been showing up as a good friend, or a good person. Maybe they have been jealous of you. And again, this could be talking about a third party situation with someone that's giving their energy with the Knight of Cups in reverse away to someone else. Nine of Cups, you've made a decision with this. Like, it's like you know something. I know something you don't know. Or it's like you're sitting in confidence because you know your accolades. You know what you bring to the table, you know. So it's like some of you not even worried about this, because again, you finally stopped lying to yourself about it, or some truths came out. Yeah, and you're executing a whole different plan. Okay, collective. You're executing a whole different plan. You're like, okay, I raised you your petty, I'm getting up out of here for something better. But again, with the Six of Cups, and I was gonna say Six of Wands, my Six of Cups, because you want to have success, and this person or this thing that makes you nostalgic. Okay, you want to have both. But with the Tower card showing up, it's saying that there's a weak foundation, and you smell the smoke. And you know, sometimes you just got to go ahead and acknowledge that the tower is on fire and walk out of it. You can savage your things. You can savage a lot more when you just decide, okay, you know what, this tower is on fire. Let me walk out of it, because that means there's a weak foundation there. This thing is coming down. There's no amount of money no amount of money that you could splash on this situation. I'm talking to a particular person. That's gonna make this better. There's no amount of water you can splash on the fire to put it out. You gotta go on, walk out the tower, walk across the street and watch it come down. It's gonna hurt either way, but you're gonna let it come down on you where it hurts even worse, and you down and out. Imagine a tower falling on you. You gotta go to the hospital, you down and out, you can't work and such, but if you just salvage what you can, go and walk down the stairs, don't take the elevator, walk down the stairs. And walk across the street and watch it fall down. It still hurts, but at least you don't have a hospital bill. For those of us that's in the United States, because there are people with universal health care. But even then, like everything, there are things that governments are flawed. Governments are severely flawed because, like, a lot of times it's about people's self-interest. That's another something. So, Star card in reverse, this indicates something or somewhere you want it to be before. It was a wish come true at some point, and we can acknowledge that. But now it's no longer where you want to be at, and now you have to have faith that whatever plan you're executing, whatever it is that you've been dreaming up, will come in and can come in. But there's something here that we have to let go first. That's always the energy and the message, huh? So you gotta let something go to invite something in. Give me just a second. I'll be right back again. Okay. Let's get some final messages, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Cause my food is almost done. Let's do the Modern Witch Tarot. So let's get a past, present, future card for our collective. Let's see, where we coming from with our energy, where we at now, and where we going with the current energy. If there's any advice, Chariot. We're definitely going in the direction that we want to go in. The collective is definitely going in the direction that the collective wants to go in. King of Wands in reverse, that's either you not feeling very confident or you have people around you that do not exude confidence, And when people don't exude confidence, they exude jealousy. Ooh. So, where we're coming from, we got the King, what they call it, King, Page of Pentacles. So my Page of Pentacles, and this is a past energy. With it being reversed, this is, pages are children. So this is something that was learned in childhood, okay? A way that you learned about having money, spending money. This is a lack-based mindset. This is how you learned how to spend your time, like your different investments, whether they're energetically or materially. And Page of Reverse, Page of Pentacles, any pages in reverse, I give people slack because it's just like, you literally learned this in childhood. This was literally programmed into you. Adults did this around you or around this person, because this could be another person. I think it could represent a lot of us. Where with the Page of Pentacles, this is someone that's not making the best decisions because they weren't taught to make the best decisions. But I wanted to call it King of Pentacles, so although the energy is showing up as Page of Pentacles, this may be a King of Pentacles. My King of Pentacles, they know better. They're still operating out of a child space, or this space that you learned from childhood. And I say you know better because you've gone through different situations, or a person that's going through different situations that's giving them the knowledge in order for them to know better. And you just got to turn that knowledge into wisdom by doing what is, if you learn something, apply it. Okay, apply what you learn, especially when it comes to money or like your energetic currency. So this is a person that's not putting their energy towards the right things or making the best decisions when it comes to their money or investments. But this is a past card, so this is where we were coming from. Maybe dealing with a person like this, or this could have been us. Four Wands. This is a cause for celebration. Like, this is like getting to a new level or the next level. Okay, this could be talking about your finances, but this does just feel like energy. Energetically, you've reached a different level. Some of you may be embarking on your spiritual journey. And it is a consistent process. Like you have your awakening, and you keep on awakening. You keep on reaching higher levels. What feels like a challenge is Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. And places that you used to spend your money or spend your time at don't feel the same, or you don't relate to those people, or those people don't relate to you. Moon card talks about learning your cycles. Learning that what makes you tick, what makes other people tick, what makes you happy, what makes other people happy. Again, with that Seven of Pentacles, like the type of energy that you're putting into something, and what you're getting out of, it. Future card is the Moon. So, and what feels out of reach. So what feels out of reach for you guys is Justice, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Something that you don't have to walk away from. Something that you like. What feels out of reach is like, feeling like there's always going to be a lesson to learn, which it is, but you will get to a point where like you get just continuous justice. And again, feeling like you don't have to walk away from some type of happiness here, okay? What feels like a challenge is like someone out here offering it or being offered. Again, learning your boundaries, learning your cycles. There's like a little something creeping out of the water. Water is emotions. Like even learning, your darkness is going to help you make better decisions. And again, cultivate the environment where everything does feel like a win. Everything does feel like justice. You have people who will apologize, especially if you're a person that starts to apologize when you know that apology is needed. you know, um, then you start to want to be around people who will do that, because I can't say that you will. You have to choose to be around people who will apologize to you when they know they have wronged you or offended you. And sometimes it's a misunderstanding, but people have to be willing to rectify it or bring justice to it, bring balance to it. So it may feel out of reach, but again, with your current energy, where you came from is not understanding or being around people who don't understand, or again, because of childhood, it's just like not knowing how to place your energy, your money, energetic currency. But you're now in a place that you wanted to get to with the four wands. This is like a dream come true. Maybe you just moved to a city that you want to live in, or gain some access that you've been wanting to gain. Like this is again reaching a, what I'm hearing is new spiritual heights. You just entered a new level here, and as your future, this is a future card. This is you learning, because what I'm hearing is learning balance through, again, learning your cycles, learning your boundaries. And what's going to help is you invoking that justice card. You know, continue to cultivate a reality that you want to live in, that you don't feel like you have to walk away from. Okay? So that was the reading. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe if you feel called to, so that you know when I am going live and posting readings. Check out my older readings, y'all. I have readings from like 5-6 years ago that are still very much relevant and I think can help. They still resonate. Sometimes the best readings are older readings, So check those out. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know what type of topics you guys would like to talk about in these lives. Let me know how your day went, And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will talk to you later.